Okay, so we left off talking about how in 1935, every single Masonic lodge and organization relating to the Freemasons had either been prohibited, dissolved, or forcibly shut down in Germany. In September 30th of 1935 was when the Hoover Dam was dedicated to Franklin D. Roosevelt, who was a Freemason. And of course we know that the Freemason symbolism is all over the Hoover Dam. Now in 1935 was when Roosevelt initiated his sons into Freemasonry, where he said, "To me, the ceremonies of the Freemasonry in this state of ours, especially these later ones that have taken a part in, always make me wish that more Americans in every part of our land could become connected with our fraternity." No thank you. Now let's get back to history. So, the Freemasons couldn't really gather anywhere, so they would gather under the pretext of playing the game scat. Although these gatherings were not Masonic meetings, it did help preserve the bonds of the Brotherhood, even though on occasion the meetings took place under the watchful eye. Even though the German Freemasonry had effectively been eliminated, the Nazi propaganda still continued to link conspiracy theories and numerous printed cartoons and articles that would portray the Jewish Masonic conspiracy. This became an obsession of the security of police, who counted the Masons along with the Jews and the political party as the most implacable enemies of the German race. He even argued the need to eliminate any visible manifestations of these enemies and to also not root out from every German the indirect influence of the Jewish spirit, a Jewish liberal and a Masonic infectious residue that remains in the unconscious of many, above all in the academic and intellectual world. Now let's read that again. The Jewish spirit, a liberal Masonic infectious residue that remains in the unconscious of many, above all in the academic and intellectual world. Now, if we see here, this is an anti-Masonic poster, which is the relationship between Jews and Freemasons. The text at the top reads, "World Politics, World Revolution." The text at the bottom reads, "Freemasonry is an international organization beholden to with the political goal of establishing Jewish domination through the worldwide revolution." The map shows where the revolution took place in Europe from the French Revolution in 1789 through the German Revolution in 1919. I'm telling you, this rabbit hole goes back to the beginning of time. Now remember this line? In 1942, Alfred Rosenberg was authorized by a Hitler decree to wage an intellectual war against the Jews and Freemasons because they said that a methodical intellectual fight was what was necessary to win the war.